It is a dark age, a bloody age, an age of war. The gods are cruel, and we are their playthings. But this is no game. It is ceaseless war, with the old world its prize. Many seek the path to victory, but only one can stand glorious over all. From the Badlands come the orcs and goblins, a green tide of brutal creatures that must be stopped. In Sylvania, the dead rise again. The vampire counts march forth. The mighty dwarf kingdoms, long thought diminished, are resurgent under their high king. And at the old world's heart stands the Empire. Karl Franz must prove worthy of the Warhammer. Then there is chaos. Its corrupting, changing taint despoils all before it. Only the strongest will endure. War is upon us. It is unending.
Alright, well, hello folks, and welcome to Total War Warhammer, the Warhammers as, or Total War's first venture into the fantasy realms. I guess they kind of ran out of historical periods to do, and we are here on the English release day, and we're playing, well, hopefully, as indicated by our title here, the campaign for the Empire. So, let me just go into sound here real fast and balance some of these things out. And yeah, afterwards I think we'll just get on going here. Let's show subtitles. I'm actually going to go into graphics here as well and turn down this. But apart from that, everything should be good and we should be ready to play. So let's take a look at the new campaign options here. So to the best of my knowledge, it looks like the base game launches with 5 different factions, though I think you only get 4 of them if you did not pre-order the game. We'll be playing as the Empire, which is, as it kind of says here, large unit roster, wide variety of options, fractured Empire, numerous enemies. In general, as you guys may have noticed, I do enjoy playing as the human factions inside these games, so I think we'll really go with them. And taking a look at some of their unique units, I guess. They have some steam tanks, heavy cavalry, I guess, and some magical chariots and all that. And yeah, it's a fairly varied game. I'm sure we'll get to meet the other factions soon enough, so I figured without further ado, let us begin the campaign. Oddly enough, it says continue. So it looks like we actually get options for different leader choices. Now, unfortunately, I'm not too terribly familiar with the... let's see... What are these called? The character, like, the people from or the fantasy variant of Warhammer. But taking a look at what this is, Emperor is Karl Franz, Prince of Altdorf and Elector Count of Reichland. He seems to be the greatest statesman of the old world, military genius and valiant general. And his replacement or alternative is some sort of transformed alchemist dude. You guys can read the text if you would like to do exactly just that. And it looks like each and every single one of them comes with a different starting set of starting units. I think we'll go with Emperor Karl Franz for now and start the campaign. Oh, come on. Wow, it fills up the entire bar except for the last little bit. Classic.
The drums of war never cease. For the old world lies in great peril. A strong leader is needed to unite the Empire, the greatest of mankind's nations. As gods battle for the world's fate, I make my own humble contribution. In the employ of the newly anointed Emperor. Even now, ancestral capital. For the demented Rachnic Spiderclaw leads an attack on Altdorf's walls. My charge is Karl Franz, the true wielder of Gal Maraz. But as he fights to secure his status as Emperor, will his reign strengthen the nation? Or lead it to ruin?
Men of Reichland, greenskins assault our capital. Theirs is a vile race Sigmar swore to expel from our lands, yet they dare return. Join me, men, for I will not rest until every accursed goblin lies burning on a pyre.
Huh, okay.
The Goblin army lies ahead, Emperor. They are preparing for an attack on Altdorf. See for yourself.
That is kind of interesting. This is the first Total War game to have, to the best of my knowledge, started off in the very middle of a battle for one. So let's see what we have. I presume we have the green unit or the yellow banner units.
Engaging the enemy from all sides, sire. Be sure to join the fight yourself.
And let's see what we have over here. So we have Karl Franz, our presumably hero unit, single unit here, and we also have an entire line of halberdiers. Okay. Let's take a look at what we're up against here. Lots and lots of orcs, and our men, coming from sides here, are already engaged. So look at that. Looks like they have some variety as well. You have the small guys and you have the big guys.
Is available at your request, my lord. You may rely upon it.
To me, men!
Let's see. Help and advice are available at your request. Sure, I think we'll pass.
The Empire endures! Ready for war!
Oh, that pauses the game at the same time. Sure.
Awaiting orders! Let us go!
Ah, there. That's what I want to see. Let's take a look at our unit. So these guys are armor-piercing, anti-large, and charge defense against large foes.
My Emperor, bring your righteous fury down upon the enemy.
Sure.
Smite them without mercy.
Understood! Obey! I will not stand idle! God is Sigmar's God!
I'm gonna see if the same hotkeys from Rome 2 and Attila work. So if I press insert... Oh, yes! It's even better. It's a hero unit too. Alright, so let's let our teammates here absorb the fighting. And, oh, I'm just gonna redirect them so we get on their flanks, but this works too.
Attack the sides and the rear of the enemy where possible. Their courage will surely fade if surrounded.
Oh, there is manual control on the hero too. That is really, really neat. Well, no, it's the same. It's the same as the regular unit control. I can't actually, like play around here with the VASD keys and things. It just brings us into the regular pane. So that's kind of cool. Looks like we're doing, we're making quite the short work out of them. Let's see, what exactly do we have for special abilities here? So we have Foe Seeker, gives us charge, gives us vigor, which I presume is some measure of stamina. We have another ability here, Hold the Line, which...
The defenders of Altdorf emerge to join the fight. See how the greenskins run when surrounded.
Sure.
We are Sigmar's heirs!
Oh, we've already routed one group, that's good. Folks over here, they're at 53, and they're going down even further.
Ready!
So far I'm liking it. I'm liking the new Total War game.
Be sure to take charge of the forces you control, sire. Effective command of your army is a skill worth
perfect.
mastering.
Looks like we had some new toys to play around with. Let's see what we have first. So we have some spearmen. Close all the useless crap here. These guys are shielded, anti-large, and some handgunners and armor-piercing missiles. Sure.
Ready for war! Ready!
Spearmen! Ready!
I've got to admit, it is a little difficult trying to tell which units are which because of the yellow on yellow banners, but that's fine. So these guys over here, these are monstrous infantry, so I believe these guys count as large.
Allowed to shoot from it.
Yeah, I'm guessing those guys count as large threats, so our guy should be pretty good against them. I think the artillery's scripted so that it purposely misses, but that's a, I don't know, minor detail, I guess.
The Empire endures!
Let's flank their reinforcements here, some small goblins. Oh, expendable, it's a big plus. And perfect. So in the meantime, while our hero and infantry
Your presence can sway the battle, sire. Your words
try
and actions can
to
inspire
surround
the
these
troops
guys, I'm gonna
before
get
you. Use your influence and
our
abilities.
handgunners here to hopefully lay down some fire on the trolls over there, but doesn't look like that's going too terribly well. Oh, actually, they're charging us.
Yes! Sigmar calls! For Heldenhammer! Swordsman! For the Emperor! For the Emperor!
So we don't need everyone here to take care of the trolls here. Divert them.
Soldiers of the Empire! Handgunners!
Now that they're engaged, let's get you guys to turn right around and put down some fire on them.
Loaded, sir!
Huh? I think we're hitting them.
The enemy general joins the fray, Commander.
Ooh.
He fights amongst his mounted troops. Strike him down.
Cool. Right, so we'll have to deal with them as well. Got to re-engaged. Wolf Riders, cavalry on gunners. That is not gonna be a pretty picture. So we'll get those guys to hold the line, I guess.
We are Sigmar's heirs! To me, then!
And these guys look like they're going to clean whatever is over there perfectly by themselves. So let's get our whatever troops that we have to
That's an order!
hopefully come over here and deal with the cavalry over here. Now I wonder,
Ready!
do these guys count as mounted troops? This is actually a pretty good time to use hold the line. That should make it so that that charge is diverted, I guess. So it looks like the AI is smart enough to realize that, hey, you know what, that charge is probably not going to work given our
My subjects!
timely use of an ability here. Foe Seeker as well, that's one thing that we can use, I suppose. See what that does, really. I think at this point, the main thing is that our guys are exhausted and we want to untire them, unfatigue them.
Karl Franz! Ready for
Just want to see some nice ground slams right here. Where that?
Sigmar calls!
Huh? So that's pretty good. Managed to clean that up. And lastly, we have, I think, one other thing to deal with. One other general unit. Where is that? Is that back here?
Charge!
Yeah, I guess we just have to clean
Show
up
us the foe!
these archers, and I think that's mission 1, and they're trapped against pikes and, I don't know, halberds and some invisible wall. There we go. So not bad for the first battle.
The last of the goblin scum.
My subjects call!
Yeah, I don't think we actually saw the enemy's commander, but that is that. So, that is one mission down, multiple to come.
The greenskins run for their burrows, Emperor. Their dead and dying litter the field. Altdorf is safe for now. The capital may be secure, yet many enemies still surround you. Survey the map for yourself, Your Eminence.
Okay, so I guess this is the campaign map for, well, Warhammer Total War, or Total War Warhammer. So let's take a look at what we have here. Some advisors, some any of that. It has a very minimalist style to it. I don't know necessarily whether or not that's because I alt tab or just kind of a feature. Nevertheless, it seems very, very nice. And I think it might be because I alt tabbed here. What is this? Spell browser. That's kind of cool as well.
So?
Right, well, anyhow.
What?
Presumably our army here is slightly damaged, and it looks like we have three main camps, I should say.
The lands to the north of the Reich are controlled from Middenheim, my Emperor. Elector Count Boris Todbringer, Graf of Middenheim, was a rival claimant to the throne, and bitter that you have taken the mantle.
Okay. Oh, it just wants us to go to these places. Sure.
The wealthy city-state of Marienburg lies to the west. It seceded over 70 years ago in a corrupt deal that brought shame on the Empire. This city would surely make a glittering prize for your burgeoning reign. Secessionists hostile to your election as Emperor are trying to form a breakaway province to the south. They will mobilize against you and march against Altdorf when their strength is sufficient.
Okay, so I'm guessing we have to get rid of all three.
The secessionists cannot be allowed to defy your rule and field their own armies. The time to move against them is now, Your Eminence.
Ah, perfect. So our forces are here. Now we have the HUD. Let's see what we have here. So this is our movement range, bar, and all. Let's take a look at our capital here of Altdorf, see how that works. Or I know, it wants us to select our army, sure. So this seems like it's a very guided tutorial.
Pick up the pace.
I guess we'll just have to follow along here.
Such decisive action will leave the enemy in no doubt as to your intentions. They will be forced to fight for them. More men stand ready to take up arms for your cause, my Emperor. Recruit them, and they will be ready to fight in the battles that are to come.
Let's see, select the army.
Yes.
I see, so I think all recruitment happens through here. And let's see what we want. We either have spearmen versus swordsman. So weapon strength, looks like it's actually about equal. The swordsmen, of course, do have a bit of an edge in terms of melee attack. Not as much defense, though, and they have the same speed. So, okay. Huh. I think we'll recruit some
Excellent choices all. Be aware that your army must remain stationary to train the new recruits.
Okay, that's fair.
Improvements may be made to your capital now that the threat to its security has receded. Altdorf must prosper if the Empire is to flourish, my Emperor.
Let's see. So this works from the looks of it exactly like how Roman Attila worked.
Your
Right.
Eminence, I suggest you upgrade the training facilities, allowing you to field better forces to face your enemies.
Sure, looks like that unlocks the Halberdiers.
Excellent.
So we'll do that.
The Imperial engineers will begin construction at once.
The one thing I'm trying to figure
Emperor,
out here is how the
by Sigmar's will, there is
happiness
nothing
works.
more you can do now.
Because I think that'll be very, very important the minute that we start conquering things. And oh, they have decided to move against
send
us.
out a force to stall your advance. Take the fight to them, and demonstrate the manner in which you will regain mastery of these lands.
Sure, perfect. We need to get some money for
may
that.
be issued from time to time.
Yeah, let's see. Challenge of the winds. Stronger winds are blowing in a region, the faster they will replenish, and the battles fought there. Vice versa. This affects how many spells that you can cast. Okay, so I think that's just a worldly event here, and just taking a look at some options we have. Some stuff towards the other sides of the map, and that is just absolutely beautiful. Ooh, we have some varied terrain here and there as well. So let's take a look at our units. We have some swordsmen, some halberdiers, some of those pikemen, handgunners, crossbowmen, and some Reichsguard right here.
No
So let's send them in.
Just war.
Battle is upon us. Study your options carefully. The enemy are
And
close.
sure, I think we'll fight a battle. Ah, okay, so it's pretty good that they have a little summary here for us to take a look at. That's actually pretty important in my books. So, a little bit more about the Empire here. So, the Empire is apparently a pretty varied faction in terms of just the amount of unit choices that you have. And I think they're relatively specialized in that regard as well. So, you have, you know, say for example, some of your typical line infantry units, such as the spearmen and all. But once you move away from that, you start to get into some really specialized units. Again, to the best of my knowledge, you know, going from what material there is out there. And I think that's, it's, you know, really a really cool portion of Total War games is just kind of figuring out what these units do and going from there. So yeah, that's that. These guys are good against large foes, which unfortunately I don't see any. Well, I guess their leader counts as one, maybe there, but we'll see. Taking a look at the map over here, it looks like we get the option of spawning our guys on top of that hill, on top of that ridge line, so maybe that'll
Your
be good.
soldiers are ready to deploy for battle, my lord. They await your orders.
And oh, would you look at that? It already does that for us. Sure.
Soldiers of the Empire, we are Sigmar calls.
So let's get our infantry line deployed. Let's have a strong back rank. Have those guys over there. I'm just going to take a look at some of the options that we have for how well we can space our units.
Reichsguard Knights. Yes, General.
And I think we'll go with something like that. So we are advancing down the hill. We've got gunners in the front, which should be able to cover the rest of our guys here. And ideally, honestly,
blows strongly in this place, Commander.
March.
Harness its power and channel it against your enemy.
Reichsguard Knights. Yes, sir. Quickly.
okay. So I'll get our advance going like that. And apparently, if we had some spellcaster units, we can cast some spells right about now. So let's figure out how we can do that, or maybe we don't get access to it yet. Maybe it's through here? No, I think we just simply don't have access to that just yet. I don't know, maybe it's just a generic tip, but that is that.
The ground quakes.
So let's get our advance set up here. So the main force will go from the side there. The Reichsguard is apparently one of our specialty units, so they have seemingly a very, very large health pool, or maybe not, compared to the spearmen, compared to the swordsmen. Actually, no, they're not that beefy. But the main thing is that, from the looks of it, they are anti-infantry, which should be very, very useful. Now, let's take a look at... Ah, this is something new. Let's take a look at this. So... Okay, so that gets rid of that. That gets rid of that. Yeah, let's get rid of the top banners. We don't really need them. We should get a range advantage from being on top of the hills here. So I'm gonna get my...
Standing by! Sigmar calls!
skirmishers to advance here.
Swordsman! For the Emperor! Yes, General! No lingering! Sigmar calls!
Sigmar calls! Quick
For the
march!
Emperor!
And I'm going to see whether or not we can bait these guys into a literal upstream uphill fight.
Will fire at will without orders to the contrary, Commander. Have them conserve their ammunition, if you so wish.
Take the ground! A united empire is all that matters! March as one, sir! Fight with us! Yes!
Ah, now they're starting to move.
We are Sigmar's true What do you bid? To battle!
Didn't see the little ridge line, but this works. Ooh. Fire on those guys. Don't fire on their hero unit. That is not worth it. Yeah, that's definitely doing something.
Swordsman! Conditions acceptable. Keeping distance.
Let's toggle the skirmish mode, so now they'll start to pull back.
Crossbowmen! Attack! Ready! We are Sigmar's heirs. Spearmen! My subjects call.
Right, so let's start this. We'll get our commander to get straight into the fight with them. Get rid of their crossbowmen before anything else.
Fire, Commander. Have them find cover or eliminate the source.
Crossbows ready, General!
And I think this bodes pretty well for our fight here.
Kill everything! Blackguard Knights! The Emperor will save us! Spearmen! This is my Sigmar call! Die, traitor! We are Sigmar's heirs!
Right,
The
so it
enemy
looks like things are
waver, my
going pretty
lord.
well.
Their troops begin to flee. Run the cowards down.
Oh, they do hold over here. These guys are broken. They've shattered. So let's pull the cavalry back. And come to think of it, you know what? Where should we bring that? So their main lines here are about to break. Let's go for this clump. It's seems a little bit more juicy than the ones in the middle. Yeah, so they're wavering, and once this comes in, that should put them over the edge. Perfect.
Swordsman!
Nice little 5-minute battle, and that throws us right back onto the campaign screen. So only 94 losses. That is definitely not bad for about more than double their force, really. Now let's see what they've added in terms of or actually no, this wasn't a siege, come to think of it. So we'll have to take a look at maybe perhaps they've added some new options for the campaign map for, well, you know, a fantasy game compared to the regular Total War games. So hopefully they did. Be really neat. I think they do something with the undead factions of the game, so we might not see that for a while, but that is, you know, of course, definitely something that we'll see somewhere during our playthrough. And by that, I think I think they, like the vampiric faction of the game spreads. I think they spread some sort of corruption through the land, and that's kind of their kind of key mechanic. But I don't know. All of this stuff is kind of findable online, I guess. So it's a shame that these loading screens are a tad longer than I would like them to be, but that is that. Huh. So yeah, the cavalry worked really well there. And let's take a look at what units over here caused the most casualties. So the bottom, like the skull and crossbones here, I think they are how many losses they achieved, as in how many kills they had, not how many losses they took. Otherwise, it would be all out of cavalry for one. So from the looks of it, the crossbowmen, granted they had a couple of extra waves, they nicked 24 dudes off, whereas the gunners only nicked off 9. I had to play around with that. I was not under the impression that the handgunners or the musketeers, whatever they have, really would be a little bit better. But that's that.
Victory is yours, my
right.
lord.
So let's see what we can do here.
The fate of those captured in battle. It can be
so
beneficial to hold them, but sometimes leniency or...
Yeah. So let's take a look at what we have here. Let's see. So we can. So now we get to choose to deal with the captured units. We can either pardon them, which gives us a ransom from the looks of it, and we can either execute them, which adds to our leadership somehow. Or alternatively, we can take on the captives and we can replenish our forces. I'm gonna do that, and the chances are that I'll do that each time, just simply because it's a lot easier to keep your people stashed like that.
Gain experience over time, my lord. Be sure to guide their development to your advantage.
Sure, and we've gained a level here, so let's click through this. We're not going to merge him. There we go. And now we can level up some of the different abilities for our dudes here, or for our leaders. So details and skills. Oh, okay, that is pretty cool. We can actually equip things as well, and actually things like that, not just not just like the entourage of people. But anyhow, let's take a look at what we have here. So we have some different quests for people, I guess. We can mount him with a war horse for now, make him into a mounted unit, which would be kind of, something cool if we had a lot more horses. But I think with our guys, we might want to do hard to hit or inspiring presence. And I think in the interests of keeping Karl Franz alive here, we'll go with hard to hit first. Gives him some melee defense. I see that he's already at half health from that battle.
It is important to act quickly if you have any intention of securing lasting authority over the Empire. The people must learn that open dissent cannot be tolerated.
Right,
Capture
second battle.
And snuff out the resistance there. The city has been reached, and your warriors are prepared for battle, mighty lord. Study your options nevertheless. Encircling the enemy and starving them out may be the wisest course of action.
Perfect, so we can starve them out at the cost of 11 turns, or alternatively we can go in there and try to break the siege. Looks like we're fighting 2 enemy commanders if we choose to go in there right now. The remnants of Hamlet Ludenhof's troops, and the fresh spearmen, I was going to say pikemen, and swordsmen of his folk. I think we'll fight the battle. We should be fine. But honestly, I want to see the maps for this game. I want to see whether or not these are kind of the traditional, big castle-y maps that I think Medieval 2 had, or what they would be, really. Or actually scratch that. I think, going by the mini-map here, this is just simply a town, so it might not even have any, super strong barricades or any of that set up. Just gonna pop to the desktop for a second here. Oh, and I see, so the desktop audio starts to play, so you guys won't hear anything. Sure. Okay, let's see what we're up against this time. So wow, this is quite the rugged map out of all things. Would you look at that? And let's see what they have over here. So they are being reinforced, but it doesn't look like there is my oh my, that is some intimidating rocks. But yeah, it looks like we're fighting from hilltop to hilltop, really. Is this like a road? No, this is just some generic path inside the mountain. Okay. So some pretty interesting terrain here. So same thing like last time. We'll get our guys to assemble.
Loaded, sir. Ready.
And I think we'll get our guys set to march first. See what they have here.
Enemy reinforcements are approaching. Attack with caution, Commander.
Quick march.
That's kind of interesting. We're fighting the fresh units first, and then whatever they have back there. So this works out pretty well for us. We have the cavalry brigade, and we can get them to set up for a nice flanking maneuver. In the meantime, or actually no, these guys should come up on top. So we'll get the guys over here with the inside the tree line to not really hide it out, but to use that to their advantage. And oh, that's right, those guys they don't have any ranged units at all, so that is going to be absolutely devastating if we put these guys onto skirmish mode and get them to the front to start pecking away at these troops right over here. But we do need to watch out for the reinforcements. If they get over here, that's going to make things slightly more difficult to contend with. It's not too big of a deal, though, of course.
Taking position.
Let's see what they're doing.
Show us the foe. Moving out. Sigmar calls. Yes, sir. Quickly. Sir. Obey. Move out. For the Emperor.
Yeah, this might be slightly risky, but we'll get our cavalry to go through the woods over there. Hope they get into a nice flanking position.
Die, traitor. Crossbows ready, General. Take aim. My rule is absolute. Karl Franz, ready for war. Spearmen for the Emperor.
That is a really deadly barrage. They've already lost half of their fighting strength. Ah, there's the reinforcements. That's why they're charging us.
Commander, drive them off.
Sigmar's heirs. Halberdiers. Yes, my lord. The Emperor. Reichsguard Knights. Spearmen! What? Ready for war! I will not stand that hammer!
That guy got destroyed. Yeah, he's not getting back up. Right, so how are the lines forming here? So anything that gets shot is definitely not coming back. What is happening over here? We have those guys under control. Over here, that should be the end of the
Reichsguard Knights!
last of them.
Reichsguard Knights! Sir! Sigmar
And
guides
there we go.
us.
Yeah, those crossbowmen are shattered. They'll never return.
No! Ours is right! Ulrich's take! Retreat! Kill everything! Swordsman!
Perfect. So that should be the end of all of that stuff right over there. Their lord is, or their commander over here is actually faltering, so he should be gone. Perfect.
The enemy general is slain, my lord, cursing your name with his dying breath. Send his army after him.
I wonder how well just solely having a couple of dudes with the handgunners would work. It'd kind of cool to see how well that army would work. But I think that'll be for another day. So again, how many losses did we take that time? Only slightly more actually. It's about the same. So 107 to about 345-ish. Yeah. So not bad, and it looks like once again, yeah, this time it looks like well, the cavalry did a lot of the work, presumably for the charges. And this time the gunners did a lot more work, and our commander did a lot more work as well. 48, 49s, 44s. Overall pretty good. And okay, so that's actually pretty useful to know later on, right over here. So apparently once we start fighting the vampiric units, they don't ever rout, they actually crumble. And I see that being actually really useful in the sense that, I mean, even if your units are kind of whittled away to nothing, they still tie up your enemies' troops, right? So that might be kind of something to note for multiplayers' sake, or hell, even inside single-player games, that might be kind of useful to know about. So hopefully it'll throw us here onto the campaign soon enough. Some stuff about gates and towers. Okay. What about their units? What caused the most damage here? I'm actually quite surprised. It's a single unit of pikemen. It's not actually any of the the swordsman units. So that's also kind of cool.
At last, the defenses have fallen, my lord. The fate of those that remain is yours to determine.
Perfect, so let's take a look at our options here. We can loot, or we can occupy, or we can sack the place. So let's take a look at this. Province stability, would drop by 3. Conquest penalty is the part affecting the very next turn, which would only be 10. So I think in this case we just occupy, replenishes our units, and yeah, that's that. And ooh, we gained a talisman, so what is this all about? Ward save. 50%. Can tolerate wounds and pain and suffering far excess of mere mortals. Enemy killed in battle, mission successful.
Your burgeoning realm
Good stuff,
grows,
good stuff.
Eminence, yet many evils still abound in this world. The Empire remains divided, and marauding greenskins still threaten your lands.
Right, so we
Sources
should probably...
report that Middenheim is sending help to the secessionists in an effort to destabilize the Empire, intercept their reinforcements, and demonstrate to Todbringer that there is but one master of Reichland.
Okay.
Your army has marched all it can, my lord. They must rest.
Sure. So we get another ability once again. So let's see. I think I'll get Inspiring Presence so that we can really start to beef up this army, but I'm guessing we'll have to make camp here for tonight and continue on next time, or next turn.
What?
Sure. So, to that, let's spend some time and let's recruit some more units to join our fight. And I guess in this time... You know, come to think of it, the Spearmen, they're cheaper, they have about the same attack, and honestly, they have less maintenance than anything else, so I think we'll just add another 3 of those to our roster instead of anything else, really. Right, and would you look at that, the turns do move pretty fast.
You now have the facilities to begin technological research, sire. It only remains for you to choose the direction of development.
Sure, and let's take a look at what we can research. So it looks like it goes by different buildings this time, and taking a look at what we can get here. More unit experience for recruits, more leadership for infantry units, and more speed for infantry units. So we'll go with the experience. I think that kind of pays for itself.
Your empire is a beacon of civility in a savage world, sire. It is your task, nay, your privilege, to see that it does not fall to the countless evils that threaten its borders. Study your own strengths and those of your enemy carefully.
Sure. So that's one thing that we can do. For now, I want to take a look at how exactly we're going to get to this new place. So, as it turns out, you can actually teleport to these locations. But instead, I think we'll have to take the way around. So, from the looks of it, there is supposed to be a river walk here. So this is actually a shallow seas land bridge. So I think we can get past there.
No, no! A weak order.
I guess not.
Assistance is available should you need it, my lord.
Yeah. Sure. So let's see. So sometime later on, I'm guessing we can cross there, or alternatively, we can go the land route right now. Let's take a look at whoever owns this stuff right over here. And oh, this is actually a huge, or at least bigger than our empire over there. So that is not necessarily something that I want to mess around with just yet. Let's get a single level of technological growth over here. And I think for now we just pull our troops over here, advance the turn, cross the bridge the next turn, and see what that battle is all about.
Despite your recent victories, there are rabble-rousers within Altdorf that agitate against the rightful rule of the Emperor. Take steps to quell the unrest.
Yeah, and we gotta quell the unrest here, eh? Okay, so public order is deteriorating. There will be a rebellion in 18 turns. So we can choose to untax the province. Lowers our income by 1/3 right now. But it'll keep the population happy. So I think later on, once we get access to a whole bunch of agents, things become a lot easier. But for now, I don't think we can do too much about that. These are lords, which I believe are commander units.
I command
so we don't need the taxation right now. If you notice at the very top of our screen here, we're earning about 1,000 per turn of just pure background cash, which for our purposes should be largely enough.
Summon the Elector Counts.
And I guess we'll do this quest battle. So apparently we are fighting Hans von Zenger and Richter Westmund. And ooh, they have artillery pieces. So I think this is, oddly enough, the first time that they're doing something more story-driven with the Total War games. I remember for Rome, actually, that they said they were going to do something similar where they'd have, you know, kind of scenarios and an actual quest log of things to do within the game, right? And yeah, that never rolled around for that, and I don't think that ever rolled around for, what do you call it? Attila as well. So I guess here it finally rolled out 2 games later. So that's kind of neat that they have these. And yeah, it looks like if you notice on the map here, the spawning locations are slightly changed. And now I don't know whether or not that's just simply because this is a I think ambush battle, or whether or not it is just inherently like that. But that's really neat that they have that option. So it's always the last bit of loading.
Come, men. It seems Todbringer sends his midden wolves across the Reich to test our mettle. He seems to think that since my father's death, Reichland is weak, and we cower under our beds waiting for these Ulrich worshippers to save us from our woes. I say we Reichlanders are more than capable of defending ourselves. I say we show Todbringer's mongrels that Reichlander blood flows through our veins. We face the trespassers deep in the blood pines. Keep your wits, lads, for there is more than Ulrich's dogs in there. My father had to send the Reichsguard in to purge these woods of forest goblin filth more than once during his reign. Yet that is not what we face today. No! Today we send the Elector Count of Middenland a message that it is the House of Franz that protects the borders of Reichland!
Sure. So let's see, wipe out the successionists, and oh, would you look at that? I think we get yeah, we get to ambush them. It's not the opposite way around. So that is very nice. They have a little column here with Reichler in the lead. Lots and lots of swordsmen. Put some mortars in the rear here. So let's get our forces set up for a nice and proper ambush.
Halberdiers! For Heldenhammer! And ready! Calls!
My subjects call!
Right, so let's try something like that, where we have the vast majority of our infantry right here to lock up with them, and we'll have our commander, the cavalry, and the actual swordsmen to come from the rear and to sweep up around the column like that. Now, I don't know whether or not these mortars will be any use, but hey, you never know, so we might as well keep track of them. So let's bring this up to the strategic map, start the battle, or slow the game down, bring that up, and let's give our guys some orders here. So we want to get our people to charge that. And everyone else needs to pivot around. There we go. That gets everyone moving. So now you can just see a wall of pikes coming out of the woods here. Yeah, that's what I wanted to avoid. I wanted those mortars silenced before anything else. I'm actually really surprised that they were able to fire at such a close range.
Quick march! We obey! Die, traitor!
Oh. Sorry, folks. I think I alt-tabbed here.
Don't give them
There.
an inch!
For Heldenhammer!
No lingering! For the
So yeah, that should put a lot of pressure on the rear. Let's use these cavalry units to their fullest advantage and just get them to absolutely wreck whatever is back here.
Yes, sir! Sigmar calls! Ready! Swordsman! Quick march! Moving now! Sigmar demands blood!
Ah, that must be their commander.
Spearmen! At speed! Yes, General! Battle ready! For Ulfgar! Sigmar ready! Yes, General! Sir! Sigmar calls! Ready! Understood! By Sigmar's will! Reichsguard Knights! Ah! Swordsman! Head into battle! Die, traitor! Awaiting orders! Sir! Spearman! Sir! The gods have abandoned us! Ready for war! Die, traitor! Moving! For the Emperor! For the Emperor! Yes, General! Quick march! Sigmar calls!
Oh, I think we were supposed to play this out slightly differently, where, I don't know, apparently some of those successionists were meeting up somewhere. Wasn't really that clear about it, but either way. At the end of the day, if they don't really have anything to meet up with, should still be fine. So, right, so those units are still cleared up. I think the only other thing that we have left to do is to maybe wipe out all of those. Units over here are coming back, so maybe we want to get rid of them as well. Ah, okay, so more units are spawning from here. That's what we need to go. Sure, they don't really have too much left over there, and even if they do rally, it's not too big of a deal. Okay, so now the main thing I'm worried about is whether or not we're going to get caught out inside the open here. Try to nick some of the infantry over here. That's all open for grabs.
Ready! Karl Franz! Crossbowman! Yes, General! The Empire endures!
Holy. Yeah, that is not good. Our troops are fleeing over here. We will get the fresh reinforcements to join them. That should keep them locked up.
My subjects call! Sigmar calls! Ready for the Emperor! Yes, General! Yes, my lord! Ready!
Okay, so apart from the single unit of cavalry there, everything else I think we have more or less under control. Yeah, once some of those arrows start coming down, they'll start to break. Perfect.
Show us the foe! Yes! We will kill them all! Die, traitor!
Ooh.
At speed!
It would be nice if they could just brawl it out with each other, but I guess that's a little too much to ask. Alright, so how are these guys being... Okay, so the ranged units should be able to clean that up pretty well. Oh, their lord is actually fleeing. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. But there. So, taking a look at the losses this time, we lose approximately 400, have about 600 left. So sure, that works out. But in terms of damage, we do, let's see, 500, 600, 700-ish, slightly under 700. So that is not bad, not bad. It's about the size of our force. And taking a look at the kills log here. I'm actually really surprised over here about the side here in terms of the mortar units that they brought along. They didn't do too much. It's more so the hero unit and again the spearmen, or actually that time a mixture of spearmen and swordsmen that really finish things up. So that's always an interesting note. It looks like we put some veterancy levels on our cavalry so far. So 129 kills for them. Yeah, we're going to try to pick up a second pack of those whenever possible, because those Reichsguard are very, very deadly. Oddly enough, it looks like just looks like plain old spearmen seem to be doing pretty well for us, pretty well. So that's always a good sign. Oh, and that's right, I forgot to mention that for our faction right here, one of the biggest things is having a decent mix of units. So we don't want to necessarily go overboard on one particular type. I mean, like, you know, coming from Rome Total War 2, we did a lot of that, where I think it was mostly like the Velete flame-throwing javelin men, or the 20 stack of gladiators that really did the job in certain scenarios. So I hope we see some interesting ways that they balance against that. And would you look at that, we loot an entire $1,000 off of these troops.
Sigmar compels us on. You need time.
So there we go. That is the Battle of Blood Pine Woods. Those that would break away from the rule of the Emperor are nothing but Tenacious, I think is how you pronounce that. They have sent a request for assistance to the allies in the north. This appeal has been answered with a covert detachment of men. Our spies have revealed the massing of a military force, and we have taken action against them. So perfect. We get a hero and we get a new sword, apparently.
A hero has enrolled in your service, sire. Such operatives can solve problems that no amount of money or effort would otherwise be able to crack.
Okay, so with Conrad over here, we should be able to, I believe, assign him to the army.
Sigmar's will.
And once that happens, this force can go around casting spells and taking names like that. So I don't think we have anything else to do inside this region, so we'll bring him back.
Bring me to my men.
And let's see, so our income is still in the green. And in that case, let's see whether or not we can recruit some new units, because we do have access to the spearmen with shields, I guess, now. So that is a slight improvement to their melee defense, and of course we can recruit some more crossbowmen as well.
Very well.
And I think we'll get 2 more packs of those, so I think we'll end the turn and see what we can do next time, which will probably be sweeping over here to Marienburg. Oh, That's right, we forgot to equip him, and it looks like we gained an extra point here. So we already gained hard to hit. It looks like the weaponry that or not the weaponry, the abilities that we used during the very first mission. It looks like we actually have to unlock them instead. We have to unlock them instead. So there is that. For now, let's get pistol core for our infantry, first level of that, which gets us, looks like 3% more projectiles. And we also get to equip the very first weapon inside the game. So this gives Karl Franz over here a little bit more to charge and a little bit more to melee attack. I wonder if these weapons actually show up on the 3D battle layer, because like as you guys probably have noticed, Karl over here uses a giant mace rather than a sword. So that'll be interesting to see.
Our desires a change in your mutual relations.
Okay, so let's see what this is all about. Something about a trade agreement. So we are importing wine, and we import wine. They get some cash out of the deal, sure. And let's see, what about these people? So they also want a trade agreement with us, and they want us to pay something for it. We'll reject that because I think the people to the south of us are, for intents and purposes,
your war efforts would be
fodder
strengthened
for
by the
us.
raising of a new army. Appoint another command, and you can open it.
No thanks. Not for now. We'll try to avoid that for the time being.
I am Prince and Emperor.
But in the meantime, I think we'll get our guys to board up on these ships.
I command here.
And I guess it'll just take us 2 turns to arrive and dock
No
for
peace, just war.
Edgard over here, or Elhart over there. And let's see. So there's some more successionists over here. Apart from that, that should be pretty much the full suite of units, right? So that's not too bad. And there's the wizard. Perfect. Oh, what is this? That is one massive stack of troops. We should probably go back for that. Next time we might honestly just want to take the land route, so... They are sending an entire... Oh, Jesus, that is a lot of troops. Lots and lots of swordsmen at the very least downwards. So there's that. They want a non-aggression pact for 20 turns at the payment of $300. I'm gonna reject that.
I hold Galmaraz. You may bow.
And what did they want? They also want a trade agreement with us in Vessenland. Nah. Uh-oh.
You need not grow weary of battle, my lord.
Yeah, so that is... Let's see. I think I have to speed it up. That is not very good.
Consider varying your tactics when maneuvering in the face of the enemy, my lord. Placing an ambush or setting a defensive camp may bring about victory, where a straight engagement...
So yeah, I think next time it might be better going the land route instead of going through the river like that. But it's good to know, at least from the looks of it, the Empire Successionists here, their main force seems to be coming from that mountain town instead. So once we get those, or once we deal with this stack, I'm guessing they won't have too many units there. And hang on, can merging heroes have a negative effect? 100% positive in the corner of the merge confirm. We'll see what happens with that in a bit. Yeah, I didn't catch that. I didn't catch what it said about merging heroes, apart from the fact that, you know, it's a possible action. But from what I can tell, it just adds them into the stack, but hey, you never know. Like, to me it makes sense, right? Because it's a support spellcaster unit. Or maybe they do the archetype thing where you have different types of leaders. That that could also be a way that they handle that. We'll see in a bit. At least it should say. Okay, so let's see. So we can risk magic for more favorable winds. The winds seem pretty good so far, so I think we'll just go with that.
Ready for war!
So take a look at him. He is a spellcaster. He can cast spells, I guess. And what spells can we cast? Fireball, perfect. So it costs 5 winds. And let's see. So eventually you do run out of winds throughout time, so okay. And that has a 300-meter range. So there is that.
Weapons at the ready! Crossbowmen!
Right, so this is kind of already familiar territory for us. You can probably guess how I'm going to handle this battle.
Conditions for the Emperor! Ready! What? On my command! Ready! What? Spearman! Yes, sir! Quickly! See to it!
The forest may be used to conceal your movements, Commander. Close with the enemy under cover of the trees to retain the element of surprise.
Sigmar calls! Go!
Right, so we'll try to do the same thing as we did last time on this map. So they've taken a minor amount of damage, but not enough that I'd say that has any drastic effect. But we'll try to... Holy, they have a lot of swords. Anyhow, we'll try to bait them in again. They don't seem to have any ranged, or no, that's not true. They have one group of crossbowmen, so that works out decently well for us.
See to it!
And now that Winds of Power should recharge gradually, yeah? And let's see, we can hurl this every 8 seconds from the looks of it, so that is even better.
No lingering! For the
Right, so let's get our guys set up for that.
Yes, General.
No lingering!
Group your units for best effect, Commander. Formations may be useful when maneuvering before the enemy.
Taking position! Yes, General! Taking position! Yes, General!
And oh, what are they gonna do this time? They are actually going to pull back.
Gunners!
Huh.
At speed!
That is an interesting change of things. But that's fine. Just means that we have to chase them.
Yes! We kill each other! Faster!
I'm going to see whether or not we can bait these
To battle!
these troops into the fireball. Hopefully, if when they try to go for the skirmishers, they'll rush forward as a group. Yeah, just like that. So now... that is a low angle. Yeah, but that gets us a couple of dudes. And we can hopefully keep casting these for at least some time. Yikes, that is really low. Ooh, that just comes right above our dudes. Right, so long as we have this ability, we might as well spam the crap out of it. Drop some more projectiles like that. And oh, that's close, but I think we have just enough room here for one more. Nope. I think that's pretty much each and every single one of our troops. And it looks like they both missed. Perfect. So I don't know how long they'll hold out, and I don't know if this will work, but can we cast a spell like right in front of us? Is that possible? Because we still have a lot more mana to burn. But that looks like that is possible, and it should do a decent amount of damage. The cavalry I'm not too terribly worried about. So let's bring him in onto, you know, a mixture of the closest and biggest clunk of troops I can find. And that should hopefully break him.
The enemy commander runs from the field, my lord, and a sorry spectacle it is too. His army will surely follow.
Go! Very well!
Yeah, we are not losing our commander anytime soon. Nice, that's pretty good. Clubs everything in that everything inside the path and even more. Perfect. Cavalry in the back. These guys should be breaking any minute now. Any second now, rather.
For the Emperor!
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't look like the Reichsguard has enough armor to wait for those projectiles to go right on through, but that's fine.
Yes! Attack!
Huh? Something tried to go for a commander, but that's fine. Or our lord, as the game puts it.
Reichsguard Knights!
Oh.
Reichsguard!
Something broke. What broke? Some swordsmen. Let's get the cavalry to change that.
Battle and blood awaits! Yes, sir.
Your craven warriors run from the battle, my lord. Round them up and send them back to the fight.
Sigmar calls!
How are we doing on the flanks here?
For the Emperor! Wow! For the Emperor!
Yeah, once we start breaking these troops, I think we'll be in a much better position.
Yes, sir! For Helsenhammer!
Yeah, let's see. Practically everything's engaged down along the line.
Reichsguard
But they'll hold.
In the name of the twin-tailed comet, yes! Take aim! Obey! Prepare for combat! Swordsman!
Your warriors begin to rally, sire. Steady their nerves, and they will be able to rejoin the fight.
Swordsman!
Even better, we're having some people rallying. Some of these are starting to break. That's shattered, so that's very, very good.
We obey! Yes, General!
And this one is this is gonna be close, but it looks. But I think we're inside the. We're safe now, but that was coming into to be a pretty close battle. So there.
The Empire endures! Quick march! Come, men! We are
Nice, managed to route their center line. Can bring whatever we have onto that side, so that should be pretty good.
Sigmar call! Yes, General! For Helsenhammer! Swordsman! We are Sigmar!
Let's bring the archers down on the side there.
Your warriors tire, mighty lord. Your exertions dull their ability to fight. Give them time to rest, even amidst the thickest of battles.
To arms, men! Fight, men!
And there.
Fight for our right to live! Finding range, sir! Halberdiers! Bright wizard!
So that should be pretty good. Anything that's coming back into the fight, I think our skirmishers will be able to take care of those. Oh, but one of the things that we want to be fairly careful about is, yeah, not getting flanked by anything too big over here.
Take an aim! This is my command!
It's a shame that they made the panel up here a tad difficult to read, but whew, that one was a little close. And that time I think we suffered a decent amount of losses. It wasn't too bad. But taking a look at the losses once again, so yeah, they suffered nearly 1,000 troops, but not there yet, just yet. So that's that. Taking a look at losses, ooh, all of our spearmen are deployed, but looks like our single unit of swordsmen this time really the swordsmen and the halberd troop really picked up the pace this time with over 100 kills each, and of course the cavalry came quite in handy. So that is that. And let's take a look at what did the most damage on their side. And yeah, honestly, it looks like the swordsman, for the most part, did that. So we might need to look into, say for example, whether or not the hard counters from, you know, your traditional Total War games come into play. Swords against spears, spears against cavalry, things like that. But it looks like in this particular game, the spearmen are honestly more suited to fight whatever, you know, large monsters really there are on the field. So that's something else that we had to consider. Luckily for us, or rather, unluckily for us, we haven't really fought any of those giant beasts yet. It's more or less just lots of infantrymen fighting against these successionists, of course. Here, did the game get caught on something? No, it's still loading. Perfect. So for the guys inside the stream, according to YouTube, the video output is low. Whatever that means, I have no idea of. Actually, it's the first time that I've seen it. So, you know, to that, if you are experiencing any buffering or any latency issues, please do tell inside the chat, and I'll see whether or not I can do anything to try to fix that. At least one person, please do voice their opinion so I can figure out, you know, whether or not that is a major problem or not. Because on my end, it says here that, yeah, there's no dropped frames. So I think we're pretty good. But again, if you are experiencing any like video output problems with the stream right now, please do tell, because that will be really helpful for me for next time. Come on. Really long loading. Okay, so that's not too bad if no one has any, you know, going out of the voices of 3 people here, but if no one else has any buffering problems, then I think we're pretty good for things like that. Hopefully this load finishes. There we go. Perfect. Third victory.
This will bolster the nation.
Ooh, and we got a fighter, where a pit fighter follower adds apparently 7 melee attack, and we got some armor from that battle as well. Huh. It's kind of cool. Right, so we recaptured Grunberg, and our army is now
I command here.
resting within it. Let's take a look at some other units that we may wish to recruit.
I am Franz. They will obey.
So I think we'll recruit 2 units of swordsmen to take to us to Helmgart next time. Yeah, I think that might be pretty good for us. And okay, so this is the corruption meters down here. That's what that's all about. 1 second, I'm just going to pause and go into here. I'm sure the sound is for the most part fine for you guys, but I don't know whether or not it's just me or not, but the menu loud sounds are pretty loud, so I'll turn that down. Trade agreement with these people over here, Britannia, that is fine with me. They are far enough that I don't think that'll impact me too much.
Leads to an expansion of facilities, my lord. The cities here are ready for development.
Yeah, something about growth,
Consider
sure.
merging some units in this army, my lord. They will be...
Let's see, we can level up the town to level 3 now for some gold. Sure, we'll do that.
Summon the
So this is going to be a pretty slow turn. Our troops are going to heal, and we're going to get some more spearmen, so I am actually going to move on over to the next turn. Oh, where I guess we'll assign that. Let's see, something about recruitment costs, public order. Oh, yeah, we need this. We need the Iron Disciplinarian very, very soon. So let's get Routine Marcher and get that set and ready. Speaking of which, I think we gained some armor, and oh, I see, so it's automatically equipped, sure. And of course we get the Pit Fighter guy for melee attacks, and that settles that. So, I mean, we'll try to pursue a very, very similar strategy to what worked in Rome 2. Have a whole bunch of guys go around converting provinces and have our main army over here going around
Prince and Emperor.
killing things, really. So that is that. We'll get our forces to move up over here, but we'll try to stay in our territory. I want to get another, hopefully another level of health before moving to Helmgart. Let's see, they want a non-aggression pact. They're willing to pay us 9,000 or 900 buckaroos for that. That doesn't seem to me to be a particularly good deal, so we'll pass. And oh, okay, I see. So the orc
Dwarfs, my lord.
bands seem to
These
be.
runts rarely emerge from under their mountains.
Huh.
Don't be fooled by their stunted height. They are...
That's kind of cool, seeing the orcs
me
being
to my
actual
men.
wandering bands.
Fight
So that's
for
one
our
thing.
nation. Men, we
Right,
must
and let's
attack.
get our forces to march over here. And let's see, this is just a regular plain old settlement. We could take it if we'd like by military force, or we could just kind of wait it out, the battle, through the auto-resolve. It is a pretty easy fight, so... I don't know. Yeah, so I think I'll put this up to the chat, really. Do you another battle right here and now, or do you kind of want to see some more overarching campaign gameplay, I guess? As to like early first day bugs, nothing that I found. I mean, more or less, and I don't really know if this is to be expected from the Total War games nowadays, but they just load really, really slowly, as some of you guys can tell right here. And I think we're like, honestly, like the terrain doesn't change by too much, so like either it just tries to take it, dump it each time, or maybe it doesn't catch it, something like that. Apart from that, no, that's pretty good. So let's say we have one vote for battle. Do we have another? So I'll put, I don't know, as a 0.5 for each, so there we go too. Sure, we'll fight the battle and we'll go for it. More or less, I want to take a look at some of the other city maps inside the game. That's kind of the main thing that I want to take a look at, because I mean Rome had some absolutely beautiful metropolis maps, and I mean Attila had some pretty decent open town ones, which was a really neat thing to see. And I really want to see them do some high fantasy kind of architecture here. And oh man, didn't even think about this earlier, but so like currently, I mean, we're fighting against human dudes, but the minute that switches to, you know, some of the more fantasy elements, I really want to see them have kind of different towns and have some dark spires, for lack of a better term, for the chaos dudes, or something like that. I think that would be really neat to see in action. And I hesitate to say that the loading this time isn't too bad, but it always seems to be that ending, I don't know, like 10% that is really bad. Right, so I think we're, yeah, about 2 hours into the stream, so I think it's safe to say that if you haven't subscribed and you do enjoy the stream, please do so in the meantime to pass the loading screen, I guess. That definitely helps me out a lot, and of course for you guys, that would be more notifications about kind of like when these streams are running, and of course you get access to the recorded variants afterwards, which, speaking of, I don't think I can report for more than 3 hours at a time, or else it doesn't log them as a video. Anyhow, back to the battle, however, very hilly terrain, and I suppose we'll just be making an assault over here in just a second. So do we want to gamble on the magic thing? Probably not. Oh shit, I forgot to actually deploy our dudes. That's a small issue. Sure, so we've got exactly no field of vision on anything that's over there. Oh.
The terrain conceals the enemy's movements, Commander. We must be wary.
Spot us the target! Take the ground! I'll burn them! Taking position!
Right, so for this battle, let's see what we can do here. I think we'll try to get our guys up on top of the hills, get some line of sight on whatever is going over there, whatever's going on over there. And once we have that, we'll try to go from the flanks again using the shock cav. Oh, I forgot to check this earlier. No. So if you guys recall, we equipped a common sword onto Emperor Karl Franz, or Franz over here. But it doesn't look like that actually changes the model, so maybe that's a thing for like legendaries or something like that, but it doesn't look like those upgrades, if you will, do any special, you know, cosmetic things onto the battle screen here, which is rather unfortunate. So that is that. Let's see. Toggle guard mode, toggle withdraw mode. There doesn't seem to be a loose formation for these units. But sadly, we're not seeing any more of the terrain.
We are Sigmar's heirs! Take the ground! What?
So we'll get our forces to issue a general advance over here. They might be behind those hills, or they might be out in front here. Probably behind it though, seeing as how we're not seeing too much of anything coming out over there.
Handgunners! Formation we must be triumphant!
Oh, jeez. How do people miss that? So let's slow this down. Let's take a look at what exactly is happening over here. So these guys are set up and they're firing on the enemy skirmishers. Oh my god, at point blank range. So both of our forces were hidden until just the very last second here. And they are, oh, holy, they are pouring in here. We really need to fireball that. Ooh, that is... Yikes, that is close. Right, so let's get our lovely folk to start locking blades with them. So now, I don't know what the status of behind their lines looks like, so I'll get my forces to try to pivot around here. But I don't think we'll overdo it.
Sigmar, call! Die, traitor!
There we go. So that's those guys will put locked into battle. And how are we doing back here? So it doesn't look like. So it seems as though we found all of their troops. That is very, very good. Let's bring in the cavalry. Hit that juicy group of troops right there. And now I gotta figure out how exactly I want to fire. Yikes! I don't think we can get any fireballs off at this angle. So I think the crossbowmen will. Oh, okay, that's interesting. The wizard unit that we have actually auto fires for themselves, so that's pretty good. Let's just try to outrun some of these really, really annoying archers, I've got to say. I'm not even issuing an attack order right now. I'm just ordering them to drive right on through these troops. Right. Oh. Sorry, folks. I keep alt-tabbing the edge of my screen. I use 2 monitors, so that's one of the side effects, unfortunately.
Ready for war!
But that should be pretty good.
Soldiers of the Empire! Yes, quickly! Crossbows ready, General! The Empire! Yes, General! Yes, General! Formation march! The gods have abandoned us! By Ulrich's wrath! Weapons at the ready! Move out!
Oh,
The Helden Hammer! Ready! No lingering! Go! Sigmar calls! We serve the Emperor! We are Sigmar!
right. So these people are practically surrounded. They'll eventually give in.
The Helden Hammer! Die, traitor!
And I think the troops over there the archers will gradually whittle them down. Hey, there we go. Oh, we got an achievement for that as well. Leadership test, so, wonder what that is all about. So this time, we took 400 to 500, 600-ish. not the best, not the worst, but that battle started off in a really, really close environment, so I guess that's kind of expected. So something about orcs being able to conquer orcs, dwarves, and things like that. I guess that makes sense. I mean, because like, how do you deal with the fact that you have like orc bands with, you know, the little mobile cities really working alongside the regular towns? I think that would be kind of a really weird thing to have. But there's that. And taking a look at our kills, once again the cavalry being a single silver chevron comes in close, and of course our legendary Karl Franz comes in second with 109 kills all for himself. So that's pretty good. This is actually, I think, the fastest silver, or, you know, veterancy on a per unit basis that I've ever seen with this one particular line of Reichsguard cavalry. It would be really, really nice if we could have 3 of them. That, I think, would be kind of like and again playing into that idea that, you know, you really do want to kind of balance out how many troops you have inside this. I think that would be really, really nice. From the looks of it, yeah, this time it makes sense that for the most part the archers there and the musketeer hand cannon people didn't really do too much, just simply out of the fact that, I mean, the guys were literally a couple of feet away when the battle started, right? So there is that. The bad thing about these loading screens is that, you know what, if I made this into like a traditional Let's Play video, I can just kind of pause it here, wait until they finish, and get back to you guys with the completed results, right? But can't necessarily do that here. How did our regular infantry do? It's still a tough call right here versus going from the swordsman to the spearman. That wasn't a close victory. That was a massacre. How much did we get? 783. Yeah, sure, I'll take that.
The Empire.
Yeah. So there we go. We grab that, and we get an agitator, which, oddly enough, adds to our income. So we gained a ton of support people. Let's figure out what that is all about. And in the meantime, I'm going to level up one level of Iron Disciplinarian, for the sake of having that around. So yeah, so we can attach some more people to our different commanders, I think. Where Franz has that guy, and Conrad von Sigurd over here only has 2 sets of abilities, but that's fair. Prime Mover, reduction in vampiric and chaos corruption. Construction costs are modified for well, not weaponry, but other things. Yes, looks like a series of abilities up here, and of course over here. Honestly, I think we'll just upgrade the fireball. And okay, so you have different lores, and depending on the different lores, your different spells change. Yeah. Apparently the crossbowmen are really bad. Do the crossbowmen, I've got to ask, do they even arc the shots? Because I think that would be a really, really important type of deal. And the other thing being, I don't think we can recruit them just yet, is the other thing. So let's see, we capture Hemgard. That's gonna drop our public stability, or no, in this case, nothing too terrible happened with it, so that's fair. And let's see. Okay, so I think we need level 3 before that has any effect. And in terms of buildings, I think I'll destroy the training camp over here at Helmglart, because we don't need it anymore. And more importantly, I want to see what other buildings we can put down here. Yeah, so we can research attack.
Your prestige grows, my lord. News of your conquests spreads far and wide. Your developing power is noted by even the most distant of kings and bestial lords.
Yeah. So we gain some benefits for that, sure. In the meantime, let's take a look at what other options we have in terms of buildings. So we have military recruitment, does exactly what it should do. Military support, improve the quality of your units, and recruit mighty heroes. That comes in way late, so I don't think we'll ever build those. Defenses, does exactly what it says. Weaving house, generates income. Fields, adds to growth. See, this is the thing that I really want, a tap room, which adds to public order, which currently we're not doing too well on, if it wasn't for the military support. So I think we'll build a weaving house here out of the fact that nothing else is terribly right around.
To my men.
And we'll go from there. Let's see why that doesn't... Oh, I see. To upgrade the towns, you gotta get more population surplus. And population surplus is... I don't know where that's located on this HUD, but it is apparently somewhere, so... That's... Oh, is it... okay, so I see. These two panels are on the same plane, sure.
I command here.
So there's that. I think this is our turn.
Titles are being left vacant, sire, while suitable candidates are ready for promotion.
Oh, and that's right. We can have
Be sure to examine the available lords for advancement.
Yeah, some titles to be assigned here. So that's kind of cool. So we have an office system, we have a whole bunch of lords that we can bump up over here. Sadly enough, though, we would appear to need a second army to do that. We would require a second lord, which we don't have. We're actually... I could boot out Conrad von Sigurd over here, and I'm pretty sure he will count as a separate group. So there's that. And somebody was asking whether or not combining leaders has a negative trait. From what I can tell, it doesn't have one. Going off of the fact that I assume that it would appear as a little bottom message right here, but that's that. Either way, we rest one turn, and the next turn we go back. Trade agreements, nah.
Use your armies to exert control over the theater of war. Place your warriors in passes to control their use, and study the enemy positions to find the best avenues of attack.
What the hell happened at Marienburg? Or, not Marienburg, Ilhart. It looks like Marienburg actually took them over.
Obedience is becoming a problem here, my lord.
Yeah. Empire destroyed, the successionists are gone, so there is that. Right. So with the successionists gone, I'm not quite sure what we're supposed to do exactly. Let's see. So we have quite a few of the quite a few quests to do here. Starting off, make a faction join your confederation. Would probably be the fastest one to do. So to that, let's actually pull up the diplomacy here and let's see what we can do.
Foreign powers may be managed through diplomacy, my lord. Consider your situation carefully before accepting any agreement.
So let's take a look at relative strengths, and it looks like Averlent would be probably the best choice. I'm going to try to do that one quest where we have to make some sort of not necessarily alliance,
I will listen, but my time is short.
Confederation here. So they probably, yeah, so they won't do it. Britannia might.
Welcome. How fares the Emperor in these dark times?
Never mind, they will not.
Surely an agreement will...
Huh. we'll have to look into that, the diplomacy mission some more, but I think right now we do want to take Marienburg. It was one of the things that was suggested to us, so, and I'm pretty sure it's one of the things inside here. I'm not going to bother reading all of them, but that is that. Let's actually take a look at some of these objectives for the entire campaign victory. Ah, fuck it. Go to war with them. They have no allies. Let's just break these guys. It's not even actually because I want to destroy this faction, simply because then I get the entire province to myself, which to me is worth something. Oh boy, we're going to encircle and siege them this time, because they have an absolute ton of troops back there. So, in the meantime, we could recruit another lord. That's going to cost us a lot of points, though, which is going to be a bit of a problem. We could get Mangus Vladorf over here. He's going to cost us a decent amount of coins, but I think it might be worthwhile.
Has been raised under the command of your appointed lord. It only remains for you to issue the orders, sire.
Yeah, so we're going to assign them a small force like that. We should have enough inside their treasury, especially after finishing these missions, such that either way, such that we should be able to hold off right until we
could take to the seas should you wish it, sire.
Yeah. Once we get over there. So let's see what this is all about. Our armies consist of noble state troops. We can pillage, we can get or we can get some war favor. I'll go with the non-plundering route, because the thing with plundering is that, like, in my opinion, it's just never worth doing on the campaign map. Because, like, the minute that I mean, it's just a hassle dealing with unhappy provinces, for one.
A strategic overview can be useful in such uncertain times, sire.
So that's one thing. And how are we doing here? There. We'll wait another turn. We will have to, from the looks of it, reinforce Elhart over here before any
troops may be
real
exchanged between
successful
armies in the field if necessary. Have your forces rendezvous in order to transfer warriors between them. Then let the wars continue.
Yeah, I think for any real progress to be made here,
Step to it.
We really do have to use another band of troops. Oh,
This
jeez.
will bolster the nation.
Fuck's sakes. I hate it when that happens, when you move slightly to, like, the side, when you want to shimmy these armies slightly and they move so far away. It's really, really annoying.
Sabotage, my lord. An enemy power has sent a hero to disrupt the running of your domain. This act of aggression cannot be left unanswered.
Well, they didn't do too well.
By Sigmar's right, not in my name. Absolutely not. So,
Here, let's see.
Sigmar, no, not until Hexenstad.
Men, war calls!
What?
Bam.
It is for the best. We cannot.
Men, I will fight with you.
Raid the lands of the enemy, mighty lord.
No, I don't. No thanks. I don't need it. There we go. Alright, so now that we have these guys set up, let's get into this siege and let's see whether or not we can do some damage. So this puts us, I would say, about on even ground with with their forces. But they do have that set of mortars, and they do have those pistol infantry, which I am slightly worried about. But we'll see. We'll see whether or not this is good. And another flat map from the looks of things. So at this point, I'm actually not sure whether or not there are any city maps inside the game. No, we did see one. We did see one at the very start of the game, so I'm sure they come in handy in terms of like the big towns on the map, but I guess for the small ones they don't necessarily happen to have any value. And you know, going to the chat in the meantime, does anyone actually follow the lore of, you know, Warhammer Fantasy? Because it would be actually kind of interesting to get some details on the background on some of these towns and places, which I'm sure has something inside the storyline of the game. Personally, I know some parts of it for Warhammer 40k, but yeah, not for these places, unfortunately. Not for the fantasy Warhammer, that is. So apparently only city maps are fortress maps, but that's odd, because I mean, inside every previous game they used to have like actual, like, you know, they don't have to be like cities per se, just places, just urban buildings even. For well, not even urban buildings, just any town really for these maps. Whereas now it seems as though they're all open fields, which, you know, isn't the best, but isn't the worst. And it looks like now we've moved from hilly terrain to flat plains, and I guess I get my wish right here. You get some cobbled serfdom-esque farms. You get one right here, and I guess you get another right over there. So there's that. Our reinforcements come from there. Okay. This is kind of cool. I like the fact that there's a little bit of a tower here. Start deployment, I guess. So let's see how we want to do this.
At speed, yes, General.
The enemy bring mighty weapons of war to the battle. Have them destroyed, Commander, or they will decimate your troops from afar.
By Ulrich's wrath.
Yeah, so for this battle, I think the main thing would be to get rid of their skirmisher cavalry. The mortars, I'm not too terribly worried, but we'll see. Oh, looks like they're firing an aiming shot. I'm actually pretty fine with that hitting the skirmish line. So for now, I think they already have their reinforcements on the field with their forces. We, however, do not. So we will wait until we can get our strengths up.
Crossbowman! Summon fire! Moving! Ready! For the Emperor! Sir, Sigmar calls! Conditions acceptable!
Here, I'm gonna spread these guys out even more. They seem to be focusing on the gunners here, which I guess is warranted.
By Ulrich's wrath! Yes, sir! Quickly! Moving now! Ready!
Hopefully I can get some of these gunners close enough to really skirmish off. And I'm kind of disappointed to hear that, you know, after a lot of battles, a lot of the maps seem pretty open. But I guess I think a lot more time. I should say I presume some of the time that went into them. Ooh, that clipped us. I presume some of that time went into building the, what do you call it? The terrain for the game, because I mean it's a fantasy game, but there must be a lot of different sets of terrain. Really? I thought we were in firing range by now. Sure.
Crossbows ready, General! Look to the sky! A bloody move!
Ah, now they're moving. thing with ranged units in this game is that I never, I don't want to move them in the fear that they'll like it'll shimmy the entire line, and it fears it makes them do some really weird things. Oh, looks like they're at least we're doing a lot of damage to their commander, which I guess is pretty good. This is gonna be a problem. Our cavalry is on the other side of the map, which really sucks, because those guys are pistol-armed cavalry, and they can just take their time shooting at whatever comes their way. How are our skirmishers doing? Skirmish AI seems to be much better. It's actually doing their jobs, which is pretty good. I am kind of impressed. Oh. Alright, let's slow this down and let's figure out what we're gonna do about all of these units. Right, because in the current positioning, we do not need to fully engage anything that they have over there. And I think we managed to develop the field now. There we go. So these are, nevertheless, I mean, they're cavalry. Or sorry, not cavalry, missile cavalry. Either way, it's good that our leader managed to catch up to them. So that should handle a decent amount of the troops over there. So I think this will be the killing blow. The cavalry comes to save the day again. I'm under the impression that honestly you're supposed to truly use these as a shock cavalry and pull them off the line and back on the line afterwards. So we'll get our cavalry to reset, we'll get them to smash through, oh I don't know, maybe some of the things over here in the meantime. And how are we doing over here?
Victory will be ours! My rule is absolute! Help!
Oh, that's not good.
Sigmar demands I'll burn them!
Ah, that's where their leader is.
Ready for war! For the Emperor!
Okay, actually, come to think of it, if they want to play catch-up with Karl Franz, that's absolutely fine with me. Okay, those units have broken, that's good. These guys were shattered. Shattered is the correct term. If they're broken, they can come back, but if they're shattered, they can't.
Crossbows ready, General!
So all we want to do is just keep putting pressure on their main line. Once these guys are dealt with, the missile cavalry become pretty damn worthless. Perfect.
Spearman! Sigmar calls! By Ulrich's rock! Spearman! Spot us the target! Yes, General! Handgunners! Ready for war! Let's have ya! Swordsman! For Heldenhammer! Traitor! Yes, General! Our weapons are yours!
Yeah, I mean, from the looks of it, they really did improve the AI for the what do you call it? Units for the skirmish AI. Because nowadays they do a much better job at keeping away. Alright, so let's see. We're starting to really get some control over the rest of the stuff here. Cavalry driving it doesn't seem to be that great, though. I mean, these cavalry have exhausted themselves, and, you know, running into Karl Franz over here, he is just smashing them apart. So, ooh, it was a bit of a messier battle than usual, but that is that. So sorry, like I've got to ask, like, what exactly is Sigmar? Is Sigmar, like, you know, some sort of prefix for the Emperor's name, or is it like the equivalent of like Space Jesus in Warhammer 40k? So is Karl Franz's dad some super old dude who sits in a chair all day and just does absolutely nothing? I have no idea what the actual plot of this is. But let's take a look at some of the unit counts. The archers, honestly, like the crossbowmen, from what I see, they don't seem to be terrible, but I don't know whether or not they're good or not is the other thing. So this time they took out 71 troops, but one unit took down nothing, so obviously there's that. For them, the mortar cannon was actually pretty effective. It was a decent contributory unit, but the cavalry, the pistol cavalry, didn't seem to do too well. I guess that is to be expected. Seeing as how yeah, our Karl Franz held them at bay, so there's that. Taking a look at their line and ranked troops. Yeah, pretty much 40 and 40 is what's really expected of them, so that's that. Their leader was pretty effective though, at 75, which, I mean, like, we've had higher than that, so I guess it's not too terribly great, but that's decent. That's decent for sure. Right, so after this turn, $1,000 or so, that's pretty good. Like, hypothetically, even if you run this budgetary deflect right now, it's not really a big issue. Just by the virtue of fighting these battles, you have enough cash to do pretty much whatever you want. And that reminds me, perfect. So we have level 3. In Order of Town, so we're going to upgrade the barracks immediately. Grab some... Ooh, we get... what are these? So let's see. Empire Captain. So these guys are our support units. Handgunners, we've seen. Great swords, we haven't, but... like, going by their stats, they don't look that great, but I don't know, maybe that's just me. I guess they have a lot of health. So we'll grab a set of that, and in the other set of buildings, we are... Oh, no, wait. Oh, I see, we have to build a stable, then we upgrade the stable into the, Is that it? Oh, wait, no. Never mind. We built the Reichsfort to build the good horses.
Commandments may be issued over territory you rule.
That's right, we can issue a commandment now.
Make the effort to rouse the populace, so that they may better serve your ends.
Let's see, so eventually that political stability will go away, so we can set it so that we earn some more taxes off the provinces, which should offset everything else. Skill points, we're gonna go with Iron Disciplinarian again. Karl is probably going to be in battle, honestly, the entire time. So, to that notion, I think he'll... Yeah, I think that'll just come in handy. And let's see, Flaming Swords of Rune, spelled with an H. Makes our weapons deal more damage, I'm cool with that. And we'll ship that off. Dude, dwarves want a non-aggression pact? Sure, we'll entertain that.
A vigil on expenditure must be maintained for your domain to prosper. Be sure to keep a close watch on your finances, lest ruin overtakes you.
Step to it! Pick up the pace!
Sure, so let's
Summon
get
the elect
let's get Karl some more forces, and let's get him to just march straight onto
Bring me to my men. Attack!
Mildenberg
Then
over here.
I will fight with you. No peace.
The enemy city is fortified, my lord. Weapons will be needed to bring down the walls. Prepare your warriors for a long siege.
Oh, okay, so this is the first town battle we see. Uh oh. I guess saving uses some time. There we go. Scout the terrain. Ah, okay. So this game is truly meant for these open field maps. You don't get the option to go around the town anymore, or to you know, fully see the town enveloped and all. Alright, so we'll continue the siege. We'll build the siege equipment that we need, and we should be set in 2 turns. So that should be good. And I guess that'll be the end of them.
I will marshal the men. Onward!
Yeah, let's get Mangus to reposition his troops. Guard the choke point over here. And I guess we can just use the meantime to do whatever, really. What about these guys? They are doing something that we don't necessarily care about.
Pillage and burn all you find here, mighty lord. The lands are not suitable for your kind to settle.
Ah, perfect. Then we gotta get rid of that, sure.
A barbarous race of savage killers.
Ooh, what is this? Elector Greed. While the Emperor armies marches forwards, our nobles barter with each other, often claiming great swaths of land for himself. Should the common land, the brave soldier, not have a farmstead which to retire? Let's see. We can get some cash, or we can get some leadership. We will actually get some cash because I want to take exactly no penalties to public order, which is kind of fragile right now. So, to that, we'll let that roll forward. We'll be cool with some inequality. And let's see what this is all about. The gods are angry, so we can either get growth or we can get a whole bunch of public order for the small price of $1,000. We'll go with that. And now that we're in the green, we don't have to do that anymore, but that's that. And perfect. We got some new research done, so our infantry should be slightly better. Let's see. We can either get volley fire or we can get supply wagons. We'll go with volley fire. I really want to put some of the new Reichsguard and some of the new gunners that we'll have soon enough to the test. So we can wait another turn for another siege tower, or we can
Raise your weapons.
Or we can start the siege immediately. I'll wait one. So let's see, they want a peace treaty and some payments. No thanks, I'll take your province. It's a lot more valuable to me. That's that.
Fight for our nation.
So this will be something new. Right, so I think after this battle, granted we'll start to get a whole bunch of cash, but we might want to, I don't know, get rid of the crossbowmen and upgrade them or switch them to the hand cannon people, for the muskets or whatever they call them, really. Because apparently they're better, and honestly the rifles are much cooler, so there's also that going for them as well. Let's see, come to think of it, some of our troops are decently damaged, but it looks like they are not exactly inside any better position. Oh, come to think of it, yeah, we won't be able to depend on our cavalry this time. It's a walled city, of course. And, oh, we gotta make the hard decision. What exactly do we want to send in first? Do we want to send in the swordsman, or do we want to send in the spearmen first? Because that matters a lot. That matters a lot. I mean, who exactly takes the arrows and who actually causes the damage is a big thing that we had to consider. Oh, one thing that we didn't talk about is
the siege weapons are ready, my lord. Deploy them against the enemy so we can see them in action.
That is a nice town. Holy. Man, that is worth the wait. That is a really nice. Would you look at all that? I mean, sure, I could bump up the anti-aliasing quality, but that is already a very nicely done town. Wow. Yeah, you've got the streets and everything. You've got a little gate tower here, things like that. Lots and lots of towers on the sides. Let's see. So the game already has it set up so that a lot of our troops are already set up for moving. That's fine with me.
Infantry! Reichsguard Knights! The Empire endures! Swordsmen! Crossbowmen! Swordsmen! Ready for war!
Okay, so the game has already loaded our swordsmen into the towers, so I think we'll just start the battle and go from here, really. And how exactly do these work?
And are ready to begin their assault.
Ah,
Begin
okay.
your advance.
Come on. Oh, I already have the tower selected, my bad. So honestly, I think we just want those into the brawl immediately, and then with the rest of the gunners, I just want them to spread over and see whatever they can do, really. One other thing, and I know it's a minor consideration, but maybe kind of the redeeming features of the crossbowmen, apart from the fact that they're really cheap, might be the fact that, you know, I'm not quite sure how well the gunners work against walled targets over here. Speaking of which, we should probably check out what is over here. So they have some nice solid walls, lots and lots of good stuff. How are our siege towers doing? Ah, okay, so there actually are a lot of troops just kind of embedded inside those, sure.
Sigmar calls! Detachments move! For Altdorf!
Oh, and that's right, we can get some flaming weapons in a bit.
Swordsman!
Yeah, it kind of sucks. I can see the very front of the gate, but I can't get you guys the front row seat for when this thing comes down. Not in that camera view, at least. Oh, I see. It's just a spawn point.
Yes, sir! Our weapons are yours! By Sigmar, they come from behind! For Heldenhammer! For the Emperor! Attack! Swordsmen! By Bullrich Rock! Spearmen! Ready! For the Emperor! Spearmen!
Yeah, that was easy enough. Practically gave the walls away.
Weapons out, lads! Time for fighting for Heldenhammer! Die, traitor! They will pay! Karl Franz! Swordsman! Die, traitor! A united empire is all that matters! Ready for war!
Ah, I see. So once you break in here, you gotta get through the second layer of things.
Swordsmen! We are Sigmar's heirs!
How are we doing on top of the walls here?
We are Sigmar's heirs!
We practically have them. Practically.
Swordsman! Show us the foe, sir! To battle!
Sure, so we'll get the swordsmen to close in.
Don't give them an inch drop!
These swordsmen will have to tough it out for a while. We can't really get to them. I had hoped to get the gunners down here so that we could get them some support, but
Soldiers of the
that's kind of a shame. Here, we'll get these guys to support.
Spearmen! We are Sigmar's heirs! Slay them before they do us! All ranks take! Death to the enemy! Die, traitor! Spearman! Sigmar demands blood! Get them!
Oh. It would be really cool to like bust into one of these forts afterwards, make it kind of a two round type of deal. But I think that'd also be really hard to play with just kind of how the Total War games are set up. Somehow our commander got 20 kills from something, but sure, we'll go with it. So in this situation, yeah, it doesn't look like the gunners do that well against siege walls. Not that, you know, that's a big consideration, seeing as how like you see them like once in a blue moon practically, now that there's only one or two big towns lying about. But it's interesting to note that the gunners up on, or not the gunners, the what do you call them, the crossbowmen did a decent amount of damage firing from wherever they were, really. So yeah, that's kind of interesting to know. They did like almost as much as the people with the swords, the swordsmen. There we go. How am I liking the Empire? Overall, it's been pretty good. I've got to say, I really do like the okay. So we'll take a look at that from two kind of different views. From a pure unit composition type of view, I like it. I like the fact that I don't know, I like the plain vanilla factions for a lot of the games, and I think that kind of shows. And two, that I really do like the standard units that they have, like the pikemen and the swordsmen. They're just overall good, and I really do like the fact that that little bit about unit variety and that actually coming in handy. I think it's pretty good all across the board, especially with these Reichsguard cavalry units. For one, they've been pretty impressive so far, and the gunners, it's just incredibly satisfying hearing that barrage go off is the other part there. So really neat. How much money are we gonna get from that? 245. That's barely anything. Oh, I didn't get time to see the special card. Oh, if we loot them, we're gonna get, that is a lot of cash. But now we're gonna occupy them.
This will bolster the nation.
Yeah, so there's that. Else we get a hedge wizard, some more passive abilities, some griffin banners. Apparently this is a hex for some things. And looks like Marienburg has a couple of provinces towards the east, and afterwards that'll be pretty much that. Right, so let's get another weaving house built in Elhart. Gets us some more cash. And oh yeah, that's right, we can tax the province now, come to think of it. How's that gonna work for change per turn? That balances out pretty well, so that puts us deep within the green. So that is pretty good for now. Over here, I'm sure we can upgrade our commanders even further. No? I think we can upgrade him, however, yeah. So we didn't get to see this ability just yet, the Flaming Sworded Run, but I'm gonna put another level in that just simply because I imagined that it would be really good going up against that with some of the other things. So there's that. Taking a look at some of the units we can recruit. You know what? We need we need specialty buildings for every single one of these different units. That really sucks. And that is going to cost us a lot of population to build that up. So I think what we need are supporting units now, or supporting things now. So we need a blacksmith at some point during the game to be able to get some of those, what do you call them, knights. So you must upgrade your main settlement building to level 3 before anything can happen like that. So we have the surplus for it. Minor settlements can only construct buildings up to tier 3. That's fair. Oh, I see. We simply just don't have enough cash for it. Sure. That's an easy fix. What is that? Pack Ice Bay. Huh. I think that might just be another town, but you never know. Right, so let's get that to level 3 immediately. And for now, I guess with whatever troops we have here, let's take a look at recruitment. I don't know what I expected. I think we'll bring them over here and we'll finish the day off by taking a look at how fighting some of these orcs work. And I think after we're hitting that 3-hour barrier, so I think we might have to end the stream right around then. But that will be that. So in the meantime, while this loads, I suppose we'll put out the briefer. Yeah, so we'll do a full let's play of this, and once again, to pass the time and for your interest, if it suits you, please do subscribe. I think it'll be definitely worth your while getting these notifications about these live streams and things and such like that. And of course, that definitely helps me out a lot. But yes, we're doing a full let's play as the Empire. What's going to happen here is we're going to take the live streams, and I think I'll chop them down into like 30-minute episodes for the sake of making it a manageable amount of time per episode, I guess. And really, that'll be that. As to streaming schedules and all that stuff, I honestly don't know. Nowadays, I'm a little busy with things in real life, but I think, you know, for the most part, we should be. I think we'll definitely do at least 2 per week. Hopefully something similar in terms of the length of this one. So there's that. And apparently some barbarous Norsen live in places like the Icepack Bay. I think there are minor factions inside the game right now, and I think what Creative Assembly's policy is to bump up those factions into fully fledged things as time goes on here. So yeah, that is kind of that at a glance. Alright, so let's take a look at some orcs. Or not orcs, greenskins, or whatever you decide to call them. Would you look at that? We only start off with 9 Winds of Magic this time. No. I don't know, maybe the snow affects them, so we get to see some interesting terrain and a brand new faction. Yeah, they have the same banner as the, I want to say they have the same banner as the Warhammer 40k ones. And okay, so they have a pretty unique war camp in the back there. This is a very, very flat map, by the way. Here, let's try to approach them from the side here.
Be sure to use the maps available to assist your tactical planning, Commander.
Formation, yes, General. Avoiding combat. At speed. Sir. Take the ground. Back to order. Quick march.
Here, let's see what the orcs are bringing us. So they have a lot of goblin archers, some error boys, and a whole bunch of orc boys. Huh. So I don't think we can get detailed information on any of these guys just yet, but they seem like a pretty homogeneous bunch of dudes. Spear infantry, sure.
We are Sigmar's heirs! Swordsman! Sigmar call! Spear ready! Go! Finding range, sir! Moving now! By Ulrich's rock!
I kind of wonder whether or not the oh, and the snow reminds me when the big thing with Rome 2 was the fact that in snowy weather your guys will actually get cold, and you know they'll have a what is it, like frost on their armor. But back to the main point, I wonder whether or not the archers would be more effective against the orcs. I don't think they have as much armor. They have more people, I think, than the humans that we've been fighting. But we'll see. We'll see what's up with that. I wanted to make it look dramatic and get them to walk in, but I don't think that's happening anytime soon. There we go. Are we in range? No. Or no, we are in range. Halt! Fire!
As long as we outnumber them, we will hold. Let the field Aye, yes, General.
The enemy general has been wounded in battle, my lord, and can no longer lead his troops.
Yeah, I don't think we did that. I think he was pretty wounded to start off with.
Ready for war. No lingering. Handgunners.
Yeah, it looks like the archers are pretty effective against these troops, and I guess it's because they have less armor.
Withdraw.
Oh, that's not good. I wonder if we can just play a Napoleon Total War with the handgunners.
Faster! Weapons out, lads! Time for fighting! Crossbows ready, General! I cannot abide this! We are Sigmar's heirs! The Empire endures! Handgunners! Yes, sir! Quickly, sir! We are Sigmar's heirs!
So those troops are doing fairly well. Let's get the main line to advance after them.
Handgunners! Spot us the target! Quick march! Destroy it!
I've got to say, it's pretty entertaining just using the handgunners because they're so effective at picking off all these dudes. Oh. Oh, I see. Now they're starting to charge.
To the death! Go! To me, men! Handgunners! Take the ground! Swordsman!
I think it might be time to finish off the troops.
Spearmen! Handgunners! Sir!
There we go.
Ready for war! For the Emperor! Yes, for the Emperor! Yes, General! Ready! Spearmen! Formation! Ready! Sigmar calls! Yes, General! Sigmar calls! We are Sigmar's heirs! By Ulrich's wrath! Reichsguard Knights! Moving now! Kill or be killed! That's the only way! At speed! Moving now!
Now that is just absolutely beautiful.
We serve the Emperor! This Emperor Franz! Enemy
Ah, they've already broken.
Sigmar guides us!
Easy enough. I wonder how many kills the gunners were able to get for this one. 91 and 86, 50-ish. That's all right. So it looks like definitely the gunners still kind of a win against the odds here, but well, that is at the very least very, very useful knowing going into the future. So that is all good. What else? What about the orcs here? So from the looks of it, they like to bring a lot of archers, and partially I think that's why we took a fair amount of damage to our own skirmish line. But I think we did manage to shoot down enough of them in time that, yeah, like near the end there, the volleys hitting just the very last bit of our guys wasn't too bad. So let's see. As it turns out, the YouTube DVR thing works up to 4 hours, so we're actually good to continue on for a little bit longer. But I think we'll park it here soon enough. But yeah, so far so good for these battles. It would be kind of cool to see what happens to the orc settlement here once we kind of get rid of it from the from the map here, because I mean we can't settle in these areas, right? So to that, let's see how that plays out. Maybe the settlement will just disappear, or maybe we get the option to loot it, or alternatively, what would be really cool actually would be to potentially capture some of the guys. So again, yes, this will probably be a full Let's Play series, and thank you, Steven. Where you want orcs are better if they are not routing, but they will almost end up routing. Okay, so maybe they have some morale problems. They seem like I don't know, like, see, they just seem like the type of things that are either super heavily armored or not super heavily armored, so, or minorly armored. So it looks like gunners might be really effective against them. So let's see what we can do here. So we can't occupy them. We can either sack it or raise it. Fuck, I mean, like, we get the income in a single turn, right? And I don't want to generate problems with that. So yeah, let's just test this out early. What happens if I raise it? What becomes of it? Oh, I see. So it becomes a... I really don't know. Like, does it come back after some time or not? I don't know. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Oh well. That is... I guess that's set events, and I think we'll park it here. 21 turns into the Let's Play. We'll save that as the Empire 21, I guess. So I think that concludes the first yeah, Let's Play stream here. Chances are is that we'll be right back at it on Thursday, because I am busy tomorrow, unfortunately. So, once again, be sure to like and subscribe to get those stream notifications. But I hope you guys enjoyed the 3-hour slog here through the first portion of Total War Warhammer. It's been a lot of fun, and hopefully it'll stick like that. So, you know, if you'd like to share your thoughts in the comments to your, I suppose, to below and to the right, please do so. But yeah, that'll be, I think, part 1 of the streams, I guess. Do note that for, I suppose the criteria for hearing this would be you have to be on, but I plan to take these streams and to make them into smaller, like 30-minute videos, and just kind of republish those, because it's a lot easier for me to kind of publish on both fronts like that. Just a type of an FYI. So if you do see those, they will be, yep, like wouldn't say remakes, but same content really. So there is that. In the meantime, I did want to check out what we can do here with the quick battle things and things like that. I guess it's custom battle technically. And really? There's only 4 factions? I didn't really expect that. I thought there would be more, but you never know. So apparently Britannia is, I guess, a minor faction. If we switch it to the Empire, that's where we kind of see the full list of things, of places. And, oh, would you look at that? There are subterranean maps as well. That is kind of cool. Oh, I bet those ones are for the dwarves. Ah, that is really, really neat. Right, but anyhow, I don't think we'll actually play one onto the map for now. I did want to check out this Warriors of Chaos thing. I haven't actually seen this just yet. So apparently these guys are hordes of units of where they use the horde type of formation. I think greenskins do something similar? No. Either way, they cannot trade. You have a stronger armored roster, severely limited missile factions, and classic. It's the same gods from Warhammer 40k from the looks of it being listed. That's kind of cool. And they have lots and lots of varied units. I wonder, are those cavalry units we were using? I already forgot the name of them. One of the better units listed here, and as it turns out, they are actually not. So that'll be definitely very, very interesting to see going forwards. Or actually, what units do the vampires have? Terrorgeists, Wraiths, things like that. Oh man, there's flying units. I almost forgot about those. Either way, lots and lots of very cool units here and there for us to use. But yeah, I think we'll call the first stream here. And like I said, we'll be back around the same time on Thursday this week, so the 26th. Anyhow, once again, be sure to like and subscribe if you have not already done so, because that of course helps you guys find the stream and helps me out a ton. So, see you then.